Watch. Rihanna honored with marble statue at Met Gala 2022. Scoring an invite to the biggest fashion event of the year is easier said than done. On May 2nd, Kim Kardashian joined Kris Jenner, Kourtney Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Kendall Jenner and Kylie Jenner at the 2022 Met Gala, marking the first time that all the sisters attended the fashion event together. And while their red carpet arrivals were expected by many, it wasn't always that way. In the new biography Anna, several former employees of Anna Wintour share new details about what it's like to work with Vogue's editor-in-chief. They also gave insight into how celebrities really score an invite to the prestigious Met Gala. According to Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, was previously served as Vogue's event planner, the Kardashians were not welcome at the fundraiser for many years. The Kardashians had zero style, she said in the biography, and their whole reason for who they were was nothing that tied to Vogue. The book claims representatives for the Kardashians called trying to get them into the event, but things wouldn't change until 2013, when Kim made her Met Gala debut as then-boyfriend Kanye West's date. News has reached out to the Kardashians team for comment and hasn't heard back. Year 1, 2013 Riccardo Tisci for Givenchy. I was Kanye's +1. There lol. I did my own lipstick. Another milestone for the Kardashians was when Anna allowed Kanye and Kim to grace the cover of Vogue's April 2014 issue. According to author Amy Odell, Anna and Kanye discussed face-to-face how the cover would be a turning point for the Vogue brand. Stephanie was no longer planning the gala but stayed friends with Anna and said she understood the change in direction. At the end of the day, Vogue's a business, she said. I think that at a certain point you're going to have to give in to what culture, what people want. While the cover had its fair share of critics, Anna defended her choice in her 2019 masterclass. There is always a time when you know you have to break the rules, she said. Kim and Kanye were part of the conversation of the day, and for Vogue not to recognize that would have been a big misstep. Anna declined to be interviewed for Amy's biography. Safe to say this rule was worth breaking. For more bombshells from the Anna, the biography, keep reading. We independently selected these products because we love them, and we think you might like them at these prices. Has affiliate relationships, so we may get a commission if you purchase something through our links. Items are sold by the retailer, not Prices are accurate as of published time. Anna. The biography. Written by Amy Odell, this biography of Anna Wintour follows the steep climb of an ambitious young woman who would, with singular and legendary focus, become one of the most powerful people in media. $30. $26. Amazon. The Truth About the Devil Wears Prada. After serving as one of Anna Wintour's 2 assistants from 1999 until 2000, Lauren Weisberger would use her time working for the Vogue editor-in-chief as the inspiration for her 2003 best-selling book The Devil Wears Prada, later adapted into a hit movie starring Meryl Streep as Wintour stand and Miranda Priestly and Anne Hathaway as her overworked second assistant. In Anna, author Amy Odell reports that the fashion icon had a surprising reaction when she discovered Weisberger was writing a novel. I cannot remember who that girl is, former Vogue managing editor Lori Jones recalled her saying. After the book's release, Amy Cho, who was Wintour's assistant at the time, said, "Everything felt very true to life, but through a negative lens. I always understood that Anna would deal with it, and she would deal with it well." While Wintour read the book, Jones told Odell that she was sort of bemused and wasn't bothered by it at all. Her other friend William Norwich added that Wintour really didn't care about the book even after it became a sensation. "I don't think Anna is as interested in the cultural phenomenon that she is as the rest of us are," Norwich explained. Still, that doesn't mean some of the details that were included in the book and movie weren't based on real-life details. How many assistants? During most of her tenure as editor-in-chief of Vogue, Wintour has had 2 or 3 assistants at a time. Odell broke down what their varied responsibilities looked like in the 2010s through background sources. The first assistant managed the other 2, handled her schedule, and was the primary assistant Anna communicated with, Odell wrote. the second assistant, liaised with the caretakers and chef at her homes in Manhattan and Long Island, coordinated her film screenings, and took care of her dogs. She continued, the third assistant ran errands, picked up theater tickets, helped with Fashion Week, and ordered Anna's clothes directly from designers. Usually a customized runway look. While the first assistant could enjoy the weekend, the second and third would alternate being on call, with Anna constantly sending various requests, often with no subject line. When a new assistant began working for Anna, they were given a 21-page overview of how to handle most tasks, though it noted that the detailed guide was not comprehensive. Their workdays began at 7 a.m. and could often turn into 12-hour shifts. Former assistant Meredith Asplund revealed her starting salary was $25,000, while Laurie Schechter, one of Anna's first-ever assistants, shared that she lost 8 pounds in her first 2 weeks. Oh, Emily Asplund, who started as an intern at Condé Nast in 1993 and was hired to be Wintour's second assistant 1 month later, revealed that Wintour addressed her using the first assistant's name when she first began working at Vogue. And Asplund said she was told not to leave her desk, even to go to the bathroom, if the other assistant was not around. Just like Anne Hathaway's character in The Devil Wears Prada. But, Asplund clarified, this was not a directive from the boss herself. Asplund explained, it was kind of like lore, passed on from generation to generation. The book is real. Yes, one of Wintour's second assistant's most important daily tasks was to deliver the book, a mock-up of the magazine, to her home, according to Odell's interviews with several former assistants. That same employee would then greet Anna at her car when she arrived at the office the following morning to retrieve her notes, along with the other contents of her bag, which was a monogrammed LL Bean canvas tote with navy handles containing the book, papers she had brought home to look at the night before, and her burgundy crocodile designer planner, which her assistants custom ordered whenever she filled it up and needed a new one, per Odell. As for the notes process, if Wintour approved a story for print, she would write her initials plus OK, which became known as an AWOK in the office. Is it AWOKD? Is it AWOKD yet? Editors would parrot in frustration, Odell explained. But once Wintour decided to kill something, whether it was a feature, a photoshoot or a trend, that was it. A juicy interview with Uma Thurman following her divorce from Gary Oldman in 1992 never ran because the initial shoot and the reshoot were not up to Wintour's standards, while Gwyneth Paltrow was photographed 4 times in 3 years before finally landing a cover in 1996. Her grueling schedule ain't no rest for the fashionable. After speaking with several sources, Odell was able to break down Wintour's daily routine in the book, revealing the EIC usually wakes up at 5 a.m. to exercise, either a tennis lesson or a session with her personal trainer, before sitting down to get her hair and makeup done. She then is driven by a chauffeur to the Vogue office by 7 a.m., kicking off a day of meetings, run-throughs. I think just the sheer fact that they had to wheel clothes into her office before any shoots was wildly different and unheard of, said former staffer Gabby Doppelt, and more. It wasn't unusual for Wintour to still be at the office at 11 p.m. during her early tenure as editor-in-chief. Her particular diet. Every morning, it was the responsibility of one of Wintour's assistants to make sure her daily breakfast, a whole milk latte and a blueberry muffin from Starbucks, was waiting for her on her desk. Like Miranda Priestley in the movie, Wintour would eat the same meal for lunch every day if she did not have a meeting out of the office, a rare steak and mashed potatoes, served on a plate instead of a takeout container, from the Royalton. She'd take a few bites and then say, "Take my plate, I am done," Odell wrote. And, according to her friend Miranda Brooks, Wintour later went on the diet of cream, which basically consisted of chocolate milkshakes, so she wouldn't get to the vulnerability. In one of the movie's most memorable moments, Miranda cries in front of Andy over her divorce, a rare show of emotion from the Ice Queen. It turns out, the scene was remarkably similar to an experience then Vogue event planner Stephanie Winston Wolkoff had with Wintour in London while she was in the midst of her late 90s split from husband David Schaefer. Was she sad? Of course she was sad, Winston Wolkoff told Odell. Did she show it in the office a lot? No, she just kept going. And though Winston Wolkoff had a real connection with Wintour, as soon as I was in the office, it was like there was no personal relationship. Unofficial dress code. While Wintour never specifically told her staff what to wear, it was clear that she had certain sartorial expectations. A splund told Odell that there were times when she would glare at whatever I was wearing. It wasn't a glare like approval. It was sort of, what the hell is that? You could definitely tell when she was like, why would you put those pants with that top? In fact, some employees referred to this as the look, Wintour's nonverbal way of assessing an ensemble. She would do that automatically. You would walk into her office, and she would start at your shoes and work the way up, former staffer Maggie Buckley said, admitting she started wearing Manolo Blahnik heels, Wintour's favorite, every day. Odell reported that Wintour would screen every person who interviewed for a job at Vogue, checking out their outfits before hiring them. Her reputation. Though Odell acknowledged Wintour developed a reputation for being icy and scary and fabulous and was given nicknames such as Nuclear Wintour and Wintour of R. Discontent, she spoke to several sources who shot down that characterization. People misinterpret her focus for coldness. But she's not cold, she's generous to a fault, Anna's personal friend Emma Soames said. If it did not involve editing Vogue, she didn't address it. So she had no small talk. And Gabby Doppelt, who was Wintour's right-hand woman for years, reflected on the pressure Wintour was under when she began her tenure at British Vogue in 1985. Doppelt recalled the experience being so exhausting that she would sometimes lie down on the cold stone floor to rest when Anna went to lunch. I was really wiped out from the sort of pressure of the job and the tension, and the animosity toward Anna that kind of leaked off onto me, Doppelt explained. It must have been 1,000 times worse for Anna. And during her first stint at Vogue in 1983, serving as the fashion mag's first ever creative director, Wintour was cool as a cucumber, according to then junior copywriter Leslie Jane Seymour. A lot of those women at Vogue were terrifying. I don't remember her being terrifying. She got the work done and she was